Students, today we are going to study chapter number 3, money and credit. In this chapter we are going to study the different strands or the different forms of money, then why just apart from exchange as a medium of exchange of money. Okay, we will study the different forms of money, the different we can say the learning activities of banks, different credit situations, formal sectors, then self-help groups, different topics. First of all, in this chapter we will start with the topic that is money as a medium of exchange. Okay, before discussing this topic, we are just going to take an example. Okay, firstly, we just know that what is the use of money. Okay, if you want to buy something, you have to give money and you can buy something. Okay, so we can say, or you can just see that for this we just had the definition of money, that you give a person money and he will give you some good or services, whatever. Okay, means if you have to buy something, you have to give money to him, so it is a medium of exchange. Okay, now medium of exchange. Now it act as an intermediate in the exchange process. It is an intermediate between the promises. Okay, means the exchange system. Okay, if you are buying something, the person is, if you want to buy something, then you will give money to him and buy the thing. So money acts as an intermediary between you and the seller, right? It is called a medium of exchange. A person holding money can easily exchange it for any commodity or service that he or she might want. So I firstly also said that if you want to buy something, okay, if you want some service, you have to give money to the person standing front of you, okay, and he will give him good or service. So it is a intermediate. It is the exchange of, it is a medium of exchange between you two. Okay. So this is the simple meaning of money. Okay. Now, everyone prefers to receive payment in money and then exchange the goods, money, for things that they want. Okay. So example I gave you, if you want to buy something, you have to give money to the seller and he will give you the goods or the services. Okay. So here also an example is given about a shoe manufacturer. Okay, he sells in the market and he first exchanged the shoes that he has produced for money and then exchange the money for wheat. Okay, imagine now how much it is difficult it would be if the shoe manufacturer had to directly exchange shoes for wheat without the use of money. Okay, means he is giving you shoes and he is giving you money. Okay, he is giving you wheat. He would have to look for a wheat growing farmer who not only wants to sell wheat but also wants to buy the shoe in exchange. Okay, just if you can just think that if there was no money, there was just exchange of shoes and wheat for this example, then it was very difficult. That is, both parties have to agree to sell and buy such commodities. That is mean double coincidence of wants. Means you have to sell him your shoes, but you have to take wheat from him. So this is double coincidence of wants. Here there is no need of money. Okay, so here money does not act as an intermediary. मतलब कि कोई भी शू मैन्युफैक्चरर है जो अपने शूज़ बेचना चाहता है और सामने वाले से वीट का प्रोडक्शन लेता है, तो इसमें हमें मनी की कोई ज़रूरत पड़ती नहीं है. ओके, दैट इन दैट केस व्हाट हैपन्स, मनी डज नॉट एक्ट एज एन इंटरमीडिएट. What a person desires to sell is exactly what the other wishes to buy. मतलब इसमें क्या है, जो हमारी जिसको बेचना है और जो सामने वाला है जिसे खरीदना है, बायर एंड सेलर, इन दोनों की विशेष ज़रूरी है, इन दोनों का डिज़ायर ज़रूरी है. In a barter system where goods are directly exchanged without the use of money, double coincidence of wants is an essential feature. Now if you are talking about barter system में भी यही सेम चीज़ होती है कि हम किसी चीज़ को अगर बेचना चाहते हैं तो सामने वाला भी हमें कोई चीज़ दे. जैसे हमें अपने शूज़ बेचने हैं तो सामने वाला हमें वीट देगा. इसी में फिर क्या हो जाता है कि वीट की ज़रूरत, मान लो कि मनी की जो ज़रूरत होती है, जो इंटरमीडिएट की तरह एक्ट करता है मनी, वो उसमें ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती. In an economy where money is in use, money by providing the crucial intermediate step eliminates the need for double coincidence of wants. Means money by providing the crucial intermediate steps ओके। ज़्यादातर हमारी इकोनॉमी में, ज़्यादातर अगर हम इस इकोनॉमी की बात करें तो ज़्यादातर जो भी लेन देन हो, जो भी एक्सचेंज होता है वो सब मनी के रूप में होता है। ओके। पहले का जो सिस्टम था वो बार्टर सिस्टम था कि चीज़ के सामने चीज़ मिलती थी, लेकिन अभी के इकोनॉमी के या अभी के टाइम पीरियड के हिसाब से अगर हम देखें तो मनी बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया है, और उसी वजह से ये जो डबल कोइंसिडेंस ऑफ बॉन्ड्स होता है, ओके, उस सब चीज़ को ख़त्म हो चुकी है। It is no longer necessary for a shoe manufacturer to look for a farmer who will buy his shoes and at the same time sell him वीट। ओके। मतलब कि पहले क्या था कि शू मैन्युफैक्चरर था, उसे वीट वाले को ढूंढना पड़ता था, फार्मर को ढूंढना पड़ता था जो वीट वाला जो उसकी वीट दे भी सके और जो उनके शूज़ खरीद भी सके। ऑल ही हैज़ टू डू इज़ फाइंड अ बायर फॉर अ शूज़। ओके, मीन्स वो अपने लिए, अपने शूज़ के लिए एक बायर ढूंढ ले। ओके, उसे शूज़ बेचे और उससे सामने से उससे पेन मिले। Once he has exchanged his shoes for money, he can purchase wheat or any other commodity in the market. Obviously, means if he sells his shoes to one person and he gets money, then he can buy the wheat. Okay, then he can buy or wheat or any commodity what he wants. So since money act as an intermediate in the exchange process, is called medium of exchange. Means money is acting as a medium of exchange. First there was a barter system. Okay, you were getting one thing from the another thing and there was no use of money, but in today's economy, in today's world, money has become a medium of exchange. Then this was just for a simple definition or a simple summary about money, how money act as a medium of exchange. Now we have modern forms of money. Now what are the different forms of money which we are going to study one by one. In the early ages, Indians used grains and cattle as money. Okay, means if they had to buy in the early ages, in the ancient time, when the farmers or when the people wanted something, wanted to buy something, what did it? They exchanged their grains and cattle in use of money. Thereafter came the use of metallic coins, gold, silver, copper coins, a phase which continued of well into the last. Now what happened? Afterwards, first there was exchange of cattle and sheep. Okay, there was exchange of cattle and grains. They, if they want to buy something, they will give their grains and cattle and they will buy that thing. But after time, as time passed, what happened? There came forms of different metallic coins. That was gold, silver, copper, and this phase continued till to the last century. Okay. Now, the first form of money here is currency. Currency means paper notes and coins. Paper notes, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, coins, 5 rupees, 2 rupees, 1 rupee. The things that are used as money earlier, modern currency is not made of precious metals such as gold, silver and copper. Means in the ancient time period, you were using the precious stones, okay? Means you were using metallic coins that was of gold, silver, copper. But today's life, the money is not made of too much gold or silver. Okay, and unlike grain and cattle, they are neither of everyday use. The modern currency is without any use of its own. Means now what happened in the previous time? There was exchange of grains and cattle. There was exchange of metallic coins. Okay, then why it is accepted as a medium of exchange? Okay, a modern currency. Why can you say that it is a medium of exchange? It is accepted as a medium of exchange because the currency is authorized by the government of country. The government of country is authorized that this currency notes or coins will be the medium of exchange. Okay. In India, the Reserve Bank of India issues currency notes on behalf of the central government. Okay. On the behalf of the central government, the RBI issues the notes. No other individual, there is a law that no other individual or organization is allowed to issue currency. The rupee is widely accepted as a medium of exchange in India. Okay, so there is a law also made. The law is being made that no individual or any other organization, only RBI can issue the currency notes. No other organization or no other individual can issue currency. Okay, then rupee, the use of rupee has been a medium of payment. It cannot be refused in settling transactions in India, because India we use rupee. Okay, so rupee is yes accepted as a medium of exchange and it cannot be reduced. No individual in India can legally refuse a payment made in rupees. Okay, means no person or no individual can refuse the payment in rupees, because rupees is widely accepted currency in India. Okay, so this was currency. Currencies means notes and coins. Then we have other form, that is deposits with banks. Now here we have bank relations. The other form in which people hold money is as deposits with bank. Okay, the other type of money is that where people are holding money with their deposits in their bank, means they have money and they deposit into the bank. At a point of time, people need only some currency for the day-to-day needs. For instance, workers who receives a salary at the end of each month have extra cash at the beginning of the month, right? Okay, obviously, if they will have some savings, they will be deposited in the month. What do people do with this extra cash? Means after the expenditure and whatever expenses they are made by them, and whatever cash is left with the people, what they do? They deposit into the bank. They deposit it with bank by opening a bank account in their name. Okay, so what happened? They go to the bank, they deposit the money and they make a account also. Banks accept their deposits and also pay an amount of interest on the deposits. Okay, so bank accepts the deposits of the person and the bank also charges a type of rate of interest also on that deposit. In this way, people's money is safe with the banks and it earns its amount as interest also. Means people's money, okay, the people's money is safe in the banks and they also get the rate of interest. People also have the provision to withdraw the money as when they require. Means whenever time or whatever time they require, they can get money from the bank. People also have, okay, the deposits in the bank accounts can be withdrawn on demand. These deposits are called on demand drafts. Okay, so there are some deposits which are withdrawn on the demand. Okay, these are called as demand deposits. Demand deposits often another interesting facility. In demand deposit, you have it provides you different interesting facilities. It is this facility which lends it is essential characteristic of money, that of a medium of exchange. Okay, you would have heard of payments being made by checks instead of cash. For payment through check, the payer who has an account with the bank makes out a check for a specific amount. Okay, so you have listened about the checks. Okay, instead of cash, they make the payments in checks also. Okay, now what if they are doing the payment through checks? What happens? The payer who has an account in the bank, he makes a check of whatever amount he wants to withdraw from the bank. A check is a paper instructing the bank to pay a specific amount from the person's account to the person in whose name the check has been issued. Okay, means you deposit your check. Okay, you give the check in the bank and he will give the amount of rupees which you want. Okay, like for example, here see a check payment is given. See, it is written like this is satisfied by State Bank of India, and this account number is also given, the amount of rupees is also here. Okay, then you have check number, you have coding used by banks also. We see that demand deposits share the essential features of deposits. The facility of checks against demand deposits make it possible to directly settle payments without the use of cash. So in this, what happens? There is no use of cash. That can be done in check system also. Demand deposits are accepted widely as the means of payment. Along with currency, they constitute money in the modern economy. I mean, these demand deposits, these are accepted as a widely means of payment. Okay, mostly the means of payment is done by DD, that is demand deposits, along with the currency also, as they constitute money in the modern economy. You must remember the role that the banks play here. But for the banks, there would be no demand deposits and no payments by checks against these deposits. Okay, those deposits means they cannot have any facility. The banks do not have these facilities. That is, no demand deposits and no payments. The modern forms of money, currency and deposits are closely linked to the working of the modern banking system. Means they are too closely linked with each other, that is the demand deposits and the currency. Okay. Now, this was with the modern forms of money, that was currency and deposits with the bank. Now here we have the loan activities of banks. Now how loan activities is performed by the banks. Okay. Now we will see about banks. Okay. What do the banks do with the deposits which they accept from the public? Whatever deposits or whatever cash is paid by these person and which the people keep in the banks, what do the banks do then? Okay. Banks keep only a small proportion of the deposits as cash with them. They keep only a smaller amount. For example, banks in India these days hold about 15% of their deposits as cash. Means what do? The banks keep a smaller proportion. Okay, like mean 10 to 15% of the deposits of the cash with themselves. This is kept as provision to pay the depositors who might come to withdraw money from the bank on any given day. Means this much money, 10 to 15%, they have to keep with themselves, because anytime any person, any individual can come and withdraw money from the bank. On any particular day, only some of its many deposits come to withdraw cash. The bank is able to manage with this cash. Okay, so the bank is able to manage with this cash, which is that is 10 to 15%. Banks use the major portion of the deposits to extend loans. The major portions, okay, the major portions of the deposits is used for the loans. There is a huge demand for loans for various economic activities. You have seen house loans, okay, house loans, you get car loans. There are different vehicle loans also you get house loans, you get loans on studies also, okay. So there are different types of loans which we can get from the banks. Banks make use of the deposits to meet the loan requirements of the people. Okay, so just to meet the loan requirements, bank keeps the major amount of proportion of the deposits. Okay. In this way, banks mediate between those who have surplus and those who are in need of these funds. Okay, he is an intermediate. Okay, which have surplus means depositors, and those who are in need of these funds, borrowers. The depositors and the borrowers. It is a bank is an intermediary. It is a medium between these two. Banks charge a higher interest rate on loans than what they offer on deposits. Okay, when you are depositing your money in the bank, we can say on average, a rate of interest is charged on it. Okay, okay, in which you get when you take out or you withdraw your money, you will get that much interest with your money. But when you are talking about loans, then a higher rate of interest is charged on these loans. The difference between what is charged from the borrowers and what is paid to depositors is the main source of income. Means the rate of interest which you give to the depositors, okay, who deposit the money in the bank, and the rate of interest which you are charging on the borrowers who are taking loans from the banks is the main source of income. Okay, so these are the loan activities of bank, how bank handles their loan activities. That's all for today. Thank you.